Hey up Woodlanders. It's a little bit sticky this morning after yesterday's rain. I wanted to try and get closer to my beanpole stack over there, but because of this water that we got sort of trapped in a couple of weeks ago, my little lock on the trailer there got submerged in mud, and I had a bit of a job trying to get the lock off because I couldn't get the key inside it. Boy, I got totally soaked yesterday. I got home, was soaked to the bone. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get back onto the bean poles. We've got to load these up into the trailer, and I've also got prepped 50 bean poles for an order. On the bottom of these you often get what some people call a fawn's foot. So when I'm pointing, rather than shaving it off all sides, so I'll shave more off this side like that, and then perhaps just a little bit off this side. I'm not very good with an axe, but so because it's shaped down like that, and as it is, I haven't really had to shave much off this side. You sort of get a straighter entry. I'm sure there's better axe workers out there, but well, I do my best. In yesterday's log haul, I just wondered whether there's anything under that that's going to give some interesting little shapes in. And then this one is a piece of wonky hazel. So I've got a basher, and if I cut it across there like that, what I've got is two sort of hammerheads. So that'll be the handle there, and it'll be the handle there, and then this becomes the bit where you hit it. It's brilliant. And mine hasn't worn out yet, but I thought, well, future-proofing myself. I just thought I would give those oaks a bit of a markup. We selectively mark up the trees that are going to be thinned, and to create a hazel with oak standard coppice we need to thin out the oaks because they've never actually been thinned. I did a video on it, so there's a bit more detail in video, and I'll pop a link. We have our marking spray. There's big gaps, that's where all the hazel stalls are. In previous thinnings we've done over the hazel coppice, I think what I've done is concentrate on taking the big oak trees out. You're taking out the big trees with the biggest canopies. What did happen though is some of the thinner trees that were left have ended up snapping off in the wind, which wasn't great. A bit of a hard time choosing some of these. Some of them are an easy decision, like this one. Contrary to popular opinion, I don't like thinning trees. I find it really difficult to think that all these trees have been growing for 25 years and have tried their best, and I'm just going to sacrifice them to the altar. I managed to sleep at night knowing that I've planted far more trees than I've ever felled, which is my comforting thought. Can you believe that oak that snapped off in the wind ages back? I did it on one of the wood logs, I'll link it in the description. It's still up. There's some of it you may not agree with. I'd sort of liken it to refereeing. Everyone disagrees. It's just one of them. Time to unload. The biggest challenge is everywhere's wet through now, so if I reverse down here I'm going to make a right mess. and I don't like mess, I don't like ruts. I was listening to the radio just, and they're doing like a tribute day to a chap called Steve Wright. Steve Wright is a radio, excuse me a minute. He is a radio DJ, quite a famous one here in the UK, and yesterday he sadly died, which was quite tragic. I believe all of a sudden and not particularly expected. I remember Steve Wright as I was growing up, like Radio 1 days and Radio 2 more recently. Well, they become a voice in your head. It brought back to my memory last week as a chap called Alan Walters, and he sadly died last week. I didn't know Alan personally, but he was always very active in real face-to-face coppice settings. He'd do a lot of the charcoal earth burns, he was always involved in that. But his influence on people in the coppice world and brought a lot of new people into the industry. So for that, he will be sorely missed. Can't imagine for a minute any of his family are actually listening or watching this, but I am truly sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry for the loss to the coppice world really, and for all the people that interacted with Alan, knew him well, were influenced by him, and I think they've been hit quite deeply with it, so I'm sorry for your loss as well. But I hope in a way that these woodland videos that I do can inspire someone to just take up the mantle of being a coppice worker in all its various forms. There's so many different avenues within the coppice umbrella, even if it's only micro, because that's all I'm doing. I hope this video can inspire someone somewhere to carry on coppicing. Anyway, that's my pause for thought for today. And so on to the next job, which is loading up all of those hedging stakes. So a huge thank you to Dave Faulkner from down in Northamptonshire, just to know that the hedging stakes are being used somewhere to support a hedge layer, to support a hedge, to support a landowner, and ultimately to support the wildlife. I've just noticed, I want to show you this. This is my Kent cob, first catkins on it, and there we go, look. So just there, if it'll focus, crimson red flower, and hopefully we will get a couple of cob nuts this year. Anyway, stop messing about, you idiot. That's me done for today. If you're able to, try and use some of the product out of the coppice in your garden or your outdoor space to try and dignify the wood so it has an extra life other than just firewood. And I'll see you on the next woodlog. Thanks for watching.